And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 18th episode. I'm going to take a quick view here. Yeah, 18th episode of Blockchain Talks. Last couple of weeks, well, a lot was going on in the market, market-wise for the crypto market. I dare say, well, we had some good news. Bitcoin reached all-time high. The market has been turning green. Now, currently, it's turning slightly reddish, though I dare say not to panic immediately. This is merely a news update. I'm also going to share a few lessons and a few, well, call-outs for things you need to watch out for. So I'm going to take a quick look here at the market. I'm going to refresh this page here. It was red. As you can see, the entire market is still quite in the green. Few exceptions here. Tether, but that's a stable coin. USD coin, same here. Shiba Inu is crashing down tremendously. More on that later. And with the exception of Cosmos and the majority of stable coins, everything seems to be in the green. So making, well, nice profit. I see here Phantom also crashing down, it seems. So a few exceptions here. Let's just take a look at Bitcoin, how it's performing, and what my view is on how it will, well, evolve. So this is on the 24-hour trading. Its value, its cap. Actually losing a little bit here my English knowledge. So, sorry. I'm going to restart. This is the 24-hour trading chart. As you can see, there's quite a lot of volatility here going on. Especially since yesterday. So we crash here back towards the 61,500, 600-ish USD dollar. Bounced back towards the 63K. Is trading within range. Just now came, well, earlier this morning. Give it or take 2 hours ago, or an hour and a half ago, crashed down towards 61K, but is bouncing back up, and there's, well, a little uptick going on here. So from 24-hour trading volume, I might say that the range here, the lower range is going to be at around 61,000 USD dollar. However, it's always better to look at the long term. You can see here, dipped a few times beneath it in the last week with a big hit at 60K, but was immediately bought up. Has been on the incline once again. Actually, I always say zoom out a little bit to get a better view on how the market is performing. This is on the in the last 14 days, so last 2 weeks, last month. As you can see, despite its volatility, we are actually at average here, going in an upward trend. So market is bullish on the long run, on the monthly. On the 14-day volume, I dare say it's actually at averaging out here at around a price level of 62K. So we're currently trading here in between if I'm going to make a rough estimate here, this is actually exceptional. There seems to be strong resistance forming here at around 62K. So some people will say between 62 and 64K, that's the range wherein it is being traded now. And I'm going to assume the market is going to go sideways. However, just to make sure, and to be sure, I dare say the real range is between 60K and 64K. There's a difference of about 4,000 USD dollars. However, this is the range wherein you should be trading. It's now going sideways. It might be interesting to buy some additional Bitcoin in by reason, well, like I said, if you look at the long term, medium average is increasing slowly but surely, especially if you look at the 90-day, 180 days, and the 1 year. You can clearly see we are going upwards tremendously. However, in the short term, if you want to make quick gains, well, see if it can go slightly lower. Naturally, best opportunity to buy is when it hits the 60K once again before moving back up towards the 64. So that's what concerns Bitcoin movement. People have asked me, well, about end of the year price predictions. Well, I'm going to say Bitcoin will perform well. However, I still stand by my words, and those are the words where I said that I retraced my prediction of Bitcoin hitting about or above the 100K value. Still maintaining by the end of this year we will still be underneath it, by reason, well, the market cap hasn't grown as tremendously in order to justify those numbers. However, it is performing well. So what can I expect? If the bull run continues, I might say that 70 up until 80K is pretty credible. However, 100K, I don't see it immediately happening. Perhaps next year, but even from that point on, I'm not entirely sure. By reason, well, markets are changing, and people sometimes compare the current bull run a little bit towards the ones we have already had. One from 2017, 2018, the ones from 2013, 14, and they say, yeah, but if you see it like this, you can see the same patterns emerging. That's true. However, you must understand, when trading, it's all about pattern recognition at the time being. If you actually start comparing with previous cycles, well, things can change, especially where it concerns Bitcoin, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Well, for the simple reason, things have changed. There's now more money involved. There's now much more influence from banks, governments, institutional investors, etc. going on. Longer and more adoption of cryptocurrency. So it might be the case, well, this bull run is going to be deviant for all I care and for all I dare to admit. I was thinking the bull run was already over. However, seeing we reached new all-time highs quite recently in October, it might be the case it isn't over yet, and it's going to drag on for a while. That's naturally some good news. We will see what the future holds. However, myself, I'm an everlasting holder, so I'm not going to sell my Bitcoin nor selling any of the cryptocurrency I have bought. However, I keep an eye on the prices, by reason, well, I like my assets to increase in value. But if you are a trader, just keep in mind from what I've said, currently we are trading between the 64 and the 60K range. Currently we are slightly higher up. I'm going to zoom out towards 7. Yeah. I'm going to zoom out a little bit more on the 2 weekly. You can see here, this should be the line of support, as can be evidenced here. We are at the higher half. I'd say wait a little while, wait a little bit until it comes down a little bit again towards the 60K, as I'm sure it will bounce back up towards 64K. As you can clearly see, in the last 14 days, we are going sideways. So that's a good opportunity for day traders to, well, work with Bitcoin. Even in the last 14 days, I've said it's slightly long. Well, it's been going on for a while now, even since, not going to say the second to last week, since October up until now. So market is going sideways. That's the thing I want to give away for today. What else do I want to give away? I'm going to show it here. Naturally, these are some tweets of mine I'm going to show, but they stand as a warning. A little warning, by reason, well, sorry, there's a private messages. A little warning, by reason, well, as the bull run is continuing and mainstream adoption is gaining traction, well, certain news articles, such as this one from CoinDesk, reaches my eyes and ears. In short, the importance here is that Coinbase will offer loans while allowing customers to use their Bitcoin holdings as collateral, meaning you can now use Bitcoin as a collateral in order to get your hands on some loans. People might say, yeah, that's the next step in mainstream adoption, etc., etc. However, I am much more skeptical. By reason, well, mainstream adoption, bullish signal, how innovative, yeah. I know Coinbase is a centralized exchange. At this point, Coinbase itself is, well, acting like a central bank, a governance, yeah, governments, sorry, a bank government. Coinbase is acting like one. Do not forget it is a centralized exchange. A lot of people are on the platform. They will be offering an additional service. By offering this service, they can get their hands on more Bitcoin, making it more centralized than it should be. The highest value Bitcoin can have is if it's decentralized across the entirety of its being. So that means as decentralized as possible in distribution of the coin. So many people owning Bitcoin and not a few big players like Coinbase, Binance, etc. having big wallets. No, it needs to be decentralized. Naturally, the network that needs to be decentralized. Only then will Bitcoin be, well, can Bitcoin be seen as a decent currency, and can Bitcoin gain quite a high value. So like I said here, it's nothing but a ploy to get your Bitcoin on the cheap. By reason, well, Coinbase will say, yeah, okay, we are buying in your Bitcoin so you can start a loan with us. And the Bitcoin will be held as collateral. However, they already have big wallets, so watch out with that one. This is actually nothing more than a ploy for Coinbase to get their greedy hands on additional Bitcoin. If you want a loan, use fiat trash money. Go with the central banking system. Do not do it by Coinbase, as otherwise you will be further centralizing, well, Bitcoin itself. So watch out for it. Same applies here. That's another one from CoinDesk. I'm going to open it up. You guys can read what it's all about. CoinDesk was saying hesitant to buy your first Bitcoin. Like for Crypthusiast, will show you 4 ways to buy Bitcoin without actually buying Bitcoin. This one triggered me. That's a big red flag. By reason, well, Bitcoin is very easy to have in your hands. Crypto is very easy to own. So this is actually pushing a narrative for bullshit and actually trying to play into the hands of Yalit by reason, and I'm going to show you here. Bitcoin options, that's the first. It's a derivative contract, meaning you are not owning actual Bitcoin. The third-party platform is owning Bitcoin, and you only have the option to trade with it through that platform. They can easily buy additional ones in, but it doesn't affect you. You own no Bitcoin. That's a Bitcoin option, like they say. Derivative contract, so you are not owning Bitcoin. That's bullshit from the get-go. Second, Bitcoin futures. They also say derivative trading. Once again, big red flag. You are not owning cryptocurrency or not owning your Bitcoin. The same rule applies everywhere. Not your keys, not your coins. This is the case. You do not own them. Say two-sided make a profit, so future contracts always have an expiry date. Future contracts are, how to say, something like stocks, and those stocks are trying to imitate a certain value. In this case, Bitcoin futures implies it's going to imitate the possible future value of Bitcoin, but without owning any Bitcoin, so bullshit once again. Bitcoin ETF, same as the options here, but exploit to BTC via traditional stocks. So here, traditional stocks are backing the ETF, which in turn tries to imitate the Bitcoin value. This, once again, is actually a combination of the previous two, but made worse. So you do not own Bitcoin, it's plain bullshit. That's the main reason why I'm saying, look, don't buy these for derivatives. By reason, it isn't actual Bitcoin you're owning. Owning stocks, you're owning contracts on a third-party platform who themselves are probably owning Bitcoin, but are imitating its value. So yeah, you do not have it in your own hands, so it's bullshit. And that's why I'm saying, well, sharing here a little link towards Coinbase. Coinbase is a centralized exchange. I know I burnt them down just a few minutes ago, where it concerns, well, previous tweet. However, they are a centralized exchange. They are one of the means to get your hands on cryptocurrency, on Bitcoin. So As soon as you've joined them, bought your Bitcoin, transfer it towards a private hardware wallet, keep it with yourself, and try to evade, well, falling for this kind of bullshit. So try not to trade with ETFs, futures, and options, or future ETFs even. Avoid at all costs. Those are, well, scams, really. Well, yeah, I'm going to say it as it is. Those are obvious scams, legalized scams, but scams nonetheless. It's a Wall Street-esque bullshit. You know, the kind of thing which happened with Wall Street bets a few months ago. So that's that. Next one here. Same kind of article. It has all to do with the growing mainstream attention towards cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. And this once again is, and you can say I'm not consistent, Bitcoin holders could now be able to purchase home without even having a credit check done towards competing borrow cash using Bitcoin as a collateral. Once again, same thing as with Coinbase, whereby they say you can start loans with us and you can give us Bitcoin as a collateral in return. Same thing applies here. Just another way for big corporations, institutional investors, and, well, industries to get your Bitcoin on the cheap. Do not forget, and it applies to all three topics that I've mentioned up until now, people want your Bitcoin. Bitcoin is an appreciating asset over time. You can clearly see it even here. Yeah, actually it's turning red. You can clearly see it here over its maximum run. It is an appreciating asset. So if you're going to give it away as a collateral, damn it, I'm having difficulties with my pronunciation here. So if you're going to give it away with your collateral, well, you're actually going to be fucked tremendously. So that's the maximum run. Even on a yearly basis, you can clearly see how it is appreciating. Always look at the bigger picture. Things like this, and the one from Coinbase mentioned in the first tweet. Well, that's trying to get Bitcoin on the cheap, amassing it so you don't have any. And in return, you get some fiat trash. So try to stay clear of such things. It's an additional service that those people and corporations offer. It might sound tempting, but seriously, only do so with fiat money. Do not invest or use your cryptocurrency for such schemes. Those are Ponzi schemes in reality. But yeah. Oh yeah. Let's continue towards weekly. Few articles. Squid was actually a Binance chain, a smart chain token, which has been incepted. Got some tremendous profit, has grown tremendously, but got rug pulled. For people who do not know what a rug pull is, well, it implies developers developed a coin or token. It's actually very easy on the Binance Smart Chain. Sold it, created some hype, let the coin pump in value, and then suddenly cash in on the hidden reserves they had, sold them all, took away all the money from the investors, and let the thing crash down tremendously. Yeah. That's actually what happened. And as an additional lesson I want to share with you guys, especially concerning this one, is watch out for tokens, especially those made on the Binance Smart Chain, especially tokens which are being hyped, especially meme coins, especially coins which have certain trigger words like moon, safe, or a variation of popular programs, like in this case Squid Game or Squid. Other names can be Elon, from Elon Musk. There have been plenty of tokens created. There have been plenty of tokens created on the Binance Smart Chain relating to Elon, like Elon Moon, Musk Coin, etc., etc., etc. Those are all, well, rug pulls or scam coins. Another one here, for example, that I can see here is Floki Inu. People will say, yeah, that's not a scam coin. Well, it's a meme coin once again, and actually open for this to occur. What is Floki Inu? Well, basically, it's something like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu. It's a token, and Floki is actually the name of Elon Musk's dog. So once again, watch out with those. I can agree, people will say, yeah, but decent money can be made, and Shiba Inu hasn't been rug pulled yet, and Floki neither, and neither is Dogecoin. That's correct, but more on that later on. No, I'm going to say it right now. With those Dogecoins and, well, Shiba coins, etc., the problem is they have no fixed supply. Their future supply is unlimited. So they are inflationary by nature. And sure, people might say, yeah, but they are increasing in value over now, and they did times 1,000, etc., etc. True, but if you are not quick enough to sell off those coins and to take your profit fast enough and think, yeah, it's going to be something like Bitcoin, well, you're in for a shock, because those prices crash pretty hard. By reason, each and every minute and hour, tens of thousands of those coins are freshly minted and come available on the market. Seeing there's no limited supply, and seeing, well, its cap is ever growing, well, they become worthless over time. So watch out with those, and that's exactly what's happening with Shiba Inu, by the way. More on that later. Some good news concerning the NFT market. I'm receiving more and more questions about NFTs from a variety of people. I'm trying to coach them. To learn more about NFTs, I'm going to refer towards my course, the dedicated course I've written, link down below here on the video. Anyway, why great news? Well, Quentin Tarantino announced secret Pulp Fiction NFT collection. That's once again mainstream media actually jumping on the NFT market. So the NFT market is steadily growing. This one is another famous director actually dipping his toes within the NFT market with, well, special Pulp Fiction collection NFTs. That's basically the news. So in case you didn't know him, that's Quentin Tarantino. Secret NFT private by default. So a little explanation here, difference between normal NFTs and secret NFTs. In short, the difference between a general NFT and a supposedly secret NFT has to do with being able to view the file on the blockchain without owning it. Secret NFT implies, well, the NFT is uploaded towards the blockchain, but no one else but the owner can see it. That's a secret NFT. General NFT, like the Beeples and all our crypto art, are general NFTs. They can be seen by anyone, but can only be owned by one person, mainly the one who has bought that NFT. That's the basic difference. Now, let's continue here. Nope. Price. To continue on Shiba Inu, well, some news has reached my ears. It's been crashing down 25%. In reality, it's much worse. Let's zoom out a little bit here. That's its all-time high. And we are, as you can see, nicely on the decline. Why is this occurring? Well, quite simply, here there was a lot of hopium and hype. So people bought in tremendous amounts of Shiba Inu, and they are actually hoping, well, it will go upwards still. However, here at the top, people said, I'm going to cash in, and that's the tremendous drop here. These people are right, who did the sell-off here. By reason, well, they know the top has been reached. It has been a nice run. So here, everyone who sold during this period is actually quite smart. Up here, well, other people who have bought in additional Shiba and bought it some time ago. However, as you can see, trading volumes are getting lower here, indicated here below. But why is it going down? By reason, well, like I said, there's no max supply. It means there's an unlimited amount being made. And what you're seeing here, this decline, well, this might have been a sell-off, a little buy-up here by people working on hopium. But the average trend here downwards is actually inflation. By reason, well, Shiba Inu is getting worthless by the minute. The demand and supply is slightly at the same level, supply slowly increasing, whereas the demand remains the same. So you actually got a little unbalance here. There's no, yeah, it's unbalanced. And when supply starts to increase and demand doesn't follow up or is bigger, well, prices start to fall. And that's what you're actually seeing here. More Shiba Inu is being created while people hold on to the ones they have but are not buying in additional ones. So it's on the decline. So yeah, with that, I want to conclude this episode of Blockchain Talks. I thank you all for watching and hope you learned something new. And up until next time, bye. Actually, I need to.